Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to City Skylines, Green Cities. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day because I'm certainly excited to be back in the beautiful city of Greendale, where things, as always, are going pretty darn well indeed. Currently sitting on 27,375 people, currently sitting close to $1 million in the bank. And of course, we have some pretty substantial demand for commercial zoning as well, which we're going to get to in a little bit. Actually, you know what? I think we'll get to it immediately, just to actually get it out of the way and to expand the city just that little bit more. I'm thinking this area down here, it is probably going to end up getting expanded right up to the highway. I kind of like the idea of filling in these two spaces, so we're probably going to do that. But we'll just start simple. We'll start as we mean to go on, and we'll bring a road off of here. We'll go, I think we'll just go 20, and we'll go straight across, and we'll go to, actually, we'll bring this, we'll turn on road anarchy first. We'll bring this road down to there, and then we'll go straight across to there, and bulldoze that bit. So that nicely connects over there, which I quite like. If anything, we could maybe bring this down a little bit further, which I don't think would be a terrible idea. Where does this road start curving? I feel like it starts curving there, which seems a little bit early, but, well, maybe, hold on. Let's see if we can just extend this a little bit. So bulldoze you, I want 20 units there, and I want to go across. Can I actually get this to work? I actually can, which is pretty neat. So that'll give us some pretty good space. This is gonna not exactly work the way I want it to, which is kind of a pain, but whatever. Let me turn off road guidelines real quick as well, just to make this a little bit easier. So that goes to there. This can, let's see, go to about there, I think. That kind of works, I suppose. Can I change it up slightly just to make it look a bit nicer? So that's going to go to there. You're going to come down to there, and boom. All right, that works. Tempted to bulldoze this road. I wonder if I could maybe do that. Does that line up properly? I feel like it does. I feel like that works better. Yeah, I feel like I like that more. So all we need to do is reconnect this fella over here. So we'll turn on road guidelines just to do it properly. There we go. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. Okay, so these areas need filled up. I'm thinking we're gonna do a mix in here. We're not gonna just do all commercial, that's for sure. But I do want to bring this down to there and that to there, and do the same on this side. Because I want to use some asymmetrical roads here. And I'm thinking that it's going to be like this. So, well, actually, looking at that, I mean, one road going straight on, one going to the right doesn't seem like a bad idea. I was going to do it that way and have it so that it's two lanes going right and left. I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to have the asymmetrical roads sort of going in, the two lanes going in towards the avenue. And we'll see how that ends up going. Hopefully well, maybe it won't, doesn't really matter. Because traffic in city skylines, especially in my cities, is just never good. Literally never good. So I've come to accept that. I have come to accept the fact that I'm really bad at getting traffic to work. So I do suggest that y'all in the comments probably do the same. And if you've been watching me for a while, you probably should have done it a long time ago. Anyway, we've managed to fill up this area. I think it looks kind of decent. I do want to put some parks and stuff in here. I do want to put some residential in here as well. So what I'm thinking I'll do is I want to put residential, bulldoze those real quick. Why is there no zoning there? That's a weird spot to not have zoning. That's a really weird spot to not have zoning. Can I fix that? Like if I do that and bulldoze. Oh, well, that's lined up the areas where there is no zoning, so that's good as well, I suppose. Let me just turn off the guidelines and do that. And turn off anarchy as well. So we'll do that. That gives me a rough idea of where the residential is going to stop. So residential there. And residential there. And then I think the rest of it can be... I'm tempted to say the rest of it can be commercial, but it almost seems like that'd be way too much commercial. So we'll just do commercial up the middle so far. And we'll do some offices along there. We'll just do a mixed area, I think. So we'll do offices the whole way along all of that space. Maybe not there. And maybe a path going through here would be a way to just deal with that little gap in the zoning. And I think that'll do to start with. Maybe we'll do a little bit of commercial in here as well, since that area is a bit smaller on the, Wait, what? What? Oh, I see what I've done there. Never mind. There we go. I don't know why that's not connected. That's a bit strange. There we go. So we just need to redo that and redo the residential and make sure all of my other junction connections actually worked, because for some reason that one didn't. But yeah, that should be fine. Just get rid of you as well. And we look pretty good to me. So that can all fill up. We do, of course, need to put in some pipes before we get too carried away here. So that'll go to there. And this one's going to come down to there, go to there, and go... Ooh, hold on a minute. Let's get this to connect up properly real quick. You are going to go to there. And you are going to go like that. And then I should be able to run that straight in. Perfect. All right, so that whole area has water. That whole area should get power relatively quickly. Yeah, especially since the core is going to be that commercial zone that's going to build really, really quick as well. So we should be fine. The entire city is not going to be lacking power, but isn't going to be getting anything from this industrial zone right now, so I would like to fix that. So run these power lines up the middle of the highway, please. So something like that. Something like that, and something like that. Then something like that should do the job. And something like that. So hopefully that'll build. That doesn't look like it's got a power connection, which is kind of a concern. So maybe we do this and we do this to make sure that it does have a power connection. Because currently the city, there we go. So now they have power. That's perfect. So yeah, this whole area can build up. I know there's no district settings, I guess. There's no district zoning here at all currently. I think fixing that's going to be good, because this whole area could get abused real quick without an old-time policy. I really don't want traffic just using it as a way to get to the industrial zone. So it's going to be two separate districts. They're going to have the avenue up through the middle of them. So we'll do all of that. So that'll be fine. Heather's Square. Not a terrible name. Then over here, similar story. Just going to follow the outline of the roads. Going across like so and fill it all up. And, of course, it's going to be a neat district. So we've got to tidy up all of the zoning here. And tidy it up over here as well. I think I'm gonna have to, at some point, really go in and neaten up some of my districts, because not all of them are great. And I'd like to fix that. It is a little bit messy in some of these spaces. Like, these ones are fine. It's just down here is a little bit... This collection here, this little set here is just a bit much for me. So I would like to fix that. I'd also, since we have industry down here, I want to go ahead and start tearing out some industry from here. So all of that's going to go. Literally all of that can go away, which will push more industrial construction to this area, which is what we want to do. And it'll start getting rid of the pollution in this area so we can start building, you know, residential stuff over there or whatever we really want to build over there. So that'll be good. Hopefully we'll see this area build up soon enough. And I was about to say that we should put some services in here, but there's something we need to do that I have completely forgotten about. We don't have any crematoriums. And I'd like to fix that. So I'm going to put a crematorium there. And I'm going to put a crematorium over in that spot as well. And I want one there. And I want another one there. And I'm going to put them relatively close together because I know City Skylines, all right? I know that I've done a couple of things here and there that make it look like I really don't know what I'm doing. But if there's one thing I know about City Skylines, it's that while the game will tell you you have enough crematoriums to cover your city, I guarantee you probably don't. So we're really going to go kind of overboard with the crematoriums here. Just to make sure, basically. I want to move this one to that spot. And also just fill in the zoning right there. So crematorium there. We're going to need a crematorium there. And we have a couple there. We're going to need one like relatively central. So there should do the job. And that'll give us pretty good coverage for crematoriums. We have 1,050 as our capacity. I'm also going to go in and increase the medical budget by 50%. So we're 150% medical budget. That's going to be very expensive, but what that's also going to do is give us more ambulances and give us more hearses, and also give us more capacity on our healthcare, I think. Possibly. I might have done that. Either way, we're going to have more ambulances. We're going to have more of that stuff. So we should be good. Now, in terms of other services, fire coverage is pretty rough in the city. So I want to go ahead and throw a large fire station. I'm thinking like right here. So a large fire station, it'll give pretty good coverage to that entire section of the city. And I want to throw another large fire station into that spot, which will give pretty good coverage to that entire section of the city. Down here is not perfect, but it does have a large fire station, so should be fine. In terms of medical care, we have a couple of clinics, but we don't actually have a hospital. So I want to throw a full hospital onto, I'm thinking that road right there. And that'll give, again, pretty good coverage to a large chunk of the city. And then maybe a small medical clinic in that corner there, just to handle that little space. So yeah, that'll do some good stuff for us. I think the next thing I want to do is actually something that I've seen mentioned in the comments a few times, and it's something I've been meaning to do for a while. I want to go in and change up a lot of these avenues to have either tram lines or no, I'm going to go trams. Monorails are cool, but you can't actually zone beside a monorail station. And monorail stations are a pain in the butt to actually put in. Tram lines, on the other hand, you can zone right on them, and they're really not any trouble. Oh. Well, that's an issue. Yeah, that kind of... That ever so slightly messes with the ideal way I was doing things. We're gonna have to come back to that. But that's fine. We'll make it work. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting, is what that's gonna be. Let's see. So the trams are gonna come the whole way through there. I want them to go the whole way along the... I want them to go along the waterfront. I really like the idea of the trams going along the waterfront. I think that'll look beautiful. So all the way up here. And in theory, this takes us up towards the Modern Technology Institute as well, which is pretty good news if you ask me. So we'll go all the way up to here. And to there, actually right up to there. Because what I can do is actually turn this entire stretch of road here into a road with tram tracks, which I think will be good. So let me just go into here because I can get the tram tracks easier if I'm in the trams menu. So this gets upgraded all the way up to there. All of this gets upgraded so that we actually have a loop for the trams to take. So just the whole way to the top end of the city, like that. And now the trams actually do loop around that middle space. But what I can also do is change some more of these avenues in here so that we do have more options for the tram tracks. And that whole section there can actually have tracks on it as well. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. We could technically do the same here as well. I don't know if we'll need them, but we'll do them anyway. We could bring trams into southern parts of the city. I don't think we'll bother with that. But what I do want to do is I want to change this up to have tram tracks on it. Which I know is kind of weird considering it's the Modern Technology Institute that we're putting tram tracks into. And trams aren't the most modern form of transportation. But I think they're kind of nice looking, so we're going to do it, basically. That's the justification for it. It looks kind of neat. That's not what I wanted to do at all. It looks kind of neat, so we're going to do it. I can actually do that, which is pretty good. That's kind of what I'm going for. I'm trying to figure out a neat way to, oh wait, does that really line up? Or does that have a slight curve on it? I can't tell. Go to there, and go to there. Very slight curve at the end, but that's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. I don't know if I like it though. I'm basically trying to figure out a way to get trams into the Modern Technology Institute, and I'm thinking the best way to do it is just going to be like this. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. And then just change the road in front of it to have trees like that. And like that. That'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. We don't actually have a tram depot though, do we? So we're going to need to figure out where this is going. And I'm kind of looking at this space down here and realizing it's not big enough. Great. Well, that's just fantastic is what that is. Let me bulldoze some space. Let me bulldoze that road. If it would let... Seriously? Come on. Bulldoze the road. There we go. So bulldoze that road. We could put the tram depot... I actually kind of like it there. Or there. We'll put it there. And we can bring some roads into that space just to, you know, keep some zoning going. I really didn't want the tram roads, but okay. We'll do some tree-lined roads. And then for the trams, I'm thinking we go this way. Yeah, so straight up through there. So yeah, the tram depot is a little bit far away from where the tram lines are, but that's fine. Now we just need to look at lines for it, which is something I really hadn't considered. Something I really hadn't considered at all. It would make sense to have a tram line going straight up through the middle of the city here. But I don't think we're going to be able to do that. So I'm trying to figure out, like, where is the tram line that connects to the Modern Technology Institute actually going to go? That's the question here. I guess down here? But then it kind of just doubles up with a bus line, which is a bit strange. But I guess that's what we're going to do here. So go to there and go to there. And we'll bring it the whole way down here, I guess. So down to there and then through the middle of the city. It's not going to stop as frequently as the buses. I think that's the difference I'm going to have with the trams here. And then it goes up this road. It's a bit of a weird line, but it's kind of more for aesthetics. That's where I'm at with the trams. I think they just look cool. You know, I think they look nice. I like having them here. So we'll do that for one. So that's a pretty huge loop, actually. That is a pretty huge loop. So let's do another one that starts here and goes in the opposite direction, but then goes into the city. Oh, it could loop around there, but that doesn't seem like it's necessarily worth it. So this one can go into the heart of the city, then stop there, then have a stop there, there. And where does it ends there, right? So it's going to do that. So that's fine. And then I think we'll do one that goes from here. Again, sort of in that opposite direction to the other one. And comes into... I want it on this road, is the thing. I guess we can technically get it to go on that road, right? Yeah. So it can just go this way and come through here. That's a bit of a... That's a weird tram line to have. That's a really, really weird tram line to have. Huh. Where does it start? I've completely forgotten. I've completely forgotten where I started this tram line. So it comes down, it starts there. Oh, that actually makes sense. There we go. All right, sure. That's going to be a massive tram lines for people to navigate, but whatever. It'll look cool, and that's kind of what we're going for. This guy also needs power, so I'll put some offices in there. Oh, I didn't get rid of that bit. Delete all of you, and delete the recycling plants there as well. And let's just do offices to fill up some of that space. And maybe some offices there as well, just to get some power across to the tram depot. Yeah, I imagine those trams are probably going to cause some problems with traffic, but like I said, they look nice, and that's kind of why I'm adding them. So we'll not worry too much about that. Anyway, on to the next thing. The next thing, I think, is possibly going to be the districts. So I want to get rid of Hickory Square completely, because I feel it's kind of unnecessary. So get rid of Hickory Square, and then I'm just going to continue this district down like this. So Sycamore Heights is going to be that entire space, basically. Obviously need to take the district off of the avenue there. But immediately that's just a bit neater. And that's kind of the important thing. I'm actually going to take this up to there as well, and then just delete it. So again, it's neater. And we'll do the same here as well, just to make it all that little bit cleaner. I messed up that a little bit. So just very, very carefully down the highway, and very, very carefully down the highway. And that's fine. So that's just a little bit neater than what we had. I think Cedar Park could probably be... Well, actually, you know what? We're going to do Franklin Heights. Franklin Heights is going to come down to here and go around like this and just take up all that space. And we'll delete it again from the avenue, extending Maple Hills onto that little bit of road. And again, we clean it from the avenue because we have to be clean with the districts. And boom. So that is a little bit neater than what we had. I think it'll do the job. I definitely prefer it anyway. So we'll see how that ends up going. I'm also curious to see how the trams end up going. I honestly don't know. I mean, there's some people waiting to use it there, but I don't know why you'd use a tram over a bus. I like the trams. I like how they look. I really do. I really like how the trams look. There's just something about them I find so charming. So that's why they exist. Now, we did mess up slightly with this section here. We do need to change that. So what I'm thinking we do is bulldoze that and bulldoze that. And I want to change you and go 1, 2, 3 like that. And go 1, 2, 3. Is that 3 or is that 2? 1, 2, 3 like that's probably going to be too steep. Yeah. It's a bit of a pain in the butt. See, what I wanted to do was that and that. And I can technically do that with Anarchy, but that's very steep. Good lord. That is substantial. That is substantial. Maybe we do it the other way. Maybe we go underground. And maybe we go underground and connect it like that. That looks a bit better to me. I do kind of want to just grab that little node there with move it though, and just raise it up. So it looks like they're actually going into the... They're actually going into like the hill there beside the road. and then they come up from there. That's fine. So that'll let them do the same thing. They're still going to be able to cross over to the other side of the road, which is really important. I think that looks pretty cool. Maybe we could put a tree in here just to make it look nicer, put some rocks in or something like that. A rock there. And then maybe a different rock over here. I don't know why they'd have giant rocks at the side of the road, but, well, it looks kind of nice. Do that. Do that. Do that. You know, just to decorate slightly. Maybe put a bush and another bush. And maybe a colored, like, kind of pink looking tree. And a sort of pink looking tree there and there. There we go. Looks all fancy like. Is anyone... Hold on, where are the tram stops along here? Is there even... There is a tram stop there, right? No, there isn't a tram stop in that... Okay. What about there? Oh, wow, there are actually people waiting for the trams. Okay. Well, maybe they'll work. Maybe they won't. I don't really... Again, I really don't care if they do or don't. I just like how they look. Anyway, speaking of things that could look terrible, I want to go... I want to go ahead and start changing up this road a little bit. The thing I'm thinking is that I want to take these roads out of here completely. So I'm going to bulldoze right back to there. And I know, this is a pretty substantial change considering I just built this. But my thinking is take all of this out and we're going to have one highway entrance to this industrial area. And it's going to be over here. So this all goes away. We are going to put those junctions back in. They're just going to be facing the other direction. So, like that. And like that. So basically that's going to give us connections to this space and this space. And then what I want to do is I want to go with this road here. 10 and 10 and 10. And with this one, we do the same 10, 10, and 10. Bulldoze those bits. Bulldoze those bits. And I want to do a stretch of highway like that. Bulldoze, bulldoze. I want to leave a little bit of a gap, so we need the road guidelines back on. So we leave a gap, and we do that. And then what we do is we just connect those up like so. So that they're all sort of matching. And so that the curves are all sort of done properly. So like that and like that. So there we go. Curves are all done properly. And at this point, what I was thinking was we basically bring this section of avenue the whole way through here. And I'm going to connect it up like that just temporarily. That's not going to be staying, don't worry. So bring it back a little bit. And the way I kind of want to do this is I want to build like a roundabout underneath this that's going to filter traffic out onto the highway. I'm just aware that that's going to be one heck of a process because this is a hill. This is gradually sloping down here. So yeah, that's going to be a challenge is what that's going to be. I could absolutely raise the roundabout or well, actually raising the highway wouldn't be a terrible idea. Raising the highway might be the way to do this easier, actually. So maybe we do that instead. Let's see here. So 10 that way, bulldoze. And 10 that way. All right. So that's going to give us the rough... The roundabout's not going to be perfect. I guess that's something I should probably get out of the way immediately. The roundabout is not going to be perfect at all. It's going to be more of an oval to start with. That's also something to keep in mind. But if we do this, and if I put the one-way roads in immediately, so like that, flip that around. Connect those together. Connect those together. Bulldoze everything in the middle. That's basically where the roundabout's going to be. So what I think I should do is take this back a bit. Then we raise the highway up. So it's going to go over. Lower that a little bit. So 1, 2, 3. Do the same there. And do the same on this side. So 1, 2, 3. And the same there. Then just go straight across like that. Now, obviously, the slope, the roundabout's not perfectly central, which is actually kind of annoying me more than it should be. Why is the roundabout not perfectly central? Can I fix that? Can I get the slopes and all that stuff to be relatively central here, please? So do that. And bring this in. So to there. That's where I need the... Okay, 1, 2, 3, and there. And then that needs to connect out. So that'll be fine. Let me turn that into a highway. And then we do the same on this side. So like that. So those are not even. Then that goes out to there and to there. That goes out to there and to there. There's a little bit more room on this side. Little bit more room on that side. Can I fix that? I know it doesn't need to be perfect. I know it doesn't need to be perfect, but I kind of want it to be. What if I turn off guidelines? That's very low. That is remarkably low. But I think it's okay. I think it's high enough. I can't tell. What height is that? That is 9. That is 1, 2... Yeah, that is 9 meters. Well, that's what we're doing. So... It's so low. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Then on this side, same thing. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. So there we go. That's going to be even slopes on both sides. Which is what that whole thing was about. That's literally all I wanted. I just wanted the slopes to be even on both sides. Which is not actually all that important. But it looks nice, so it was important. Anyway, at this point, what I'm thinking is this avenue is going to connect directly to this road. And this road is actually going to be changed into a 2-lane highway. I might go 3. I might go 3 lanes. We'll see. And then all I need to do is... I don't like this road. I don't like the highway ramp because it has dirt on the sides. But I feel like I don't have much of a choice but to use it. So we'll see how that ends up going, I suppose. Anyway, with the ramps on both sides being even, I should be able to line this up quite well. So 10 units there. And 10 units there. And then... Is that right? Yeah, that is right. And then 10 there, please. And 10 there as well. So, again, that is evenly spaced, which is important. This needs to connect directly to there, pretty much. So it needs to go straight in, which it won't do as a highway. So I have to do it this way, which is fine. So connect all of you together like that. And then change those into the type of road that they need to be. So that one needs to flip and be that, and you need to be that, and that needs to be flipped as well. So there we go. That's kind of what we're going for. Kind of what we're going for. I just need to figure out how exactly I'm going to connect these ramps to the highways themselves. Which apparently on this side is going to be pretty easy. That's nice. What about this side? Can I get a 45-degree angle? I don't know if I can. What price are we looking at for this? 180. So if I can get the price to be 180 on this, 150, 180. So like that. 180. Okay. Okay. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. That whole well, actually, in saying that, traffic will have to slow down going around here, which is kind of unfortunate, but we'll figure that out when we get to it. Because what we need to do now is actually lower the speed limit going around the roundabout to be 80, because that's the speed of the off-ramps, which are currently not entirely done. So flip you and flip you. And then please let this upgrade process not mess everything up for me. Because I don't want 3 lanes going the whole way over. We don't need them. Did that mess everything up? It did not. Okay. So yeah, basically 1 lane is dedicated for turning and 2 go straight on. Which is fine. Okay, that really was so much easier than I thought it was going to be. That actually worked. I sound surprised because I am, just by the way. I really didn't think that was going to work at all. The problem, of course, being that the roundabout isn't perfectly central for this. So that's fun. That's great. Boom, there we go. That'll do. It should be fine. I actually kind of like that. I'm really pleased. I'm more pleased than I probably should be, because this is a really basic thing to build. It's not actually that complicated. But I'm really happy with it. I am really, really happy with it. It's just gonna be interesting to see how traffic actually handles it, I suppose. Because that could end up being a nightmare. Absolutely could end up being a nightmare, but I'm quite pleased with that. It also frees up more space to build a giant industrial zone in here, which is absolutely something I will end up doing. So yeah, I'm super happy with how this turned out. It also means, like I said, I can build out here without any issue, build out here, and I can extend a section of avenue off of here at some point, which I'll absolutely do, because eventually we are going to put the 81 tiles mod onto this. I think I mentioned that last time. Eventually we are going to do that, because I don't just want 9 little tiles. But I'm super pleased with this. Anyway, we have some more demand for commercial zoning, which, yeah, we still have a lot of issues with not enough goods, or not enough people to buy the goods. So we do need more commercial zoning. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a chunk in there, and also throw a bunch in there. And I'll also do another section of pedestrian path just there. So that'll hopefully deal with some of the problems that we're having. I do want to throw some offices in here, because I want to throw some residential in there. And I think I'm also going to throw some offices in here. They are all going to be weirdly shaped, but that's fine. Throw them there as well, and throw them there as well. We're going to have some very small buildings, but it'll fill up the space, and that's kind of important. Traffic is moving here. Man, I'm so happy with this. I'm so happy with this. I know it's so simple, but I really am. I really am so pleased with it. It's hopefully not going to get overwhelmed when I build up more of this area. It probably will, let's be honest, but my thinking and my hope is that traffic coming out of the industrial zone is going to have a choice. It can go into the city and start making its deliveries, or it goes out of the city via, you know, the highway. That's kind of my hope there. Whether or not that works, I mean, we're just gonna have to wait and see, but that's what I'm hoping happens. Anyway, how are the trams looking? There's still, like, no one using them. There's so many people wanting to use the buses, though. Like, that's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous number of people waiting for the bus. And waiting for the bus. And, let me guess, waiting for the bus. Yeah, there's a lot of people waiting in those buses. What light are you waiting for? That's my question. So the blue line, yeah. So I feel like the blue bus line is the one that goes up to... Yeah, it's got the most passengers. I feel like it needs more vehicles. Can I view the line itself? Can I, like, actually... Hold on, wrong button. That one. So... I want to give you, like, 72 buses. No. Let's give you, like, 30. Let's give you 30 buses and see how that you know, goes. Because that's a lot. That's a lot of buses. That's possibly way too many buses. But that's fine. Let's see. I think I'm going to pull out this entire zone. I think that's a good idea. Also going to bulldoze those. And anything else in there that needs bulldozed? I don't think so. We do still have an electricity connection, right? Yeah, we do over here, so that's fine. So yeah, I want to pull out that entire space just to clear the pollution there. And I think at some point I want to start removing the IT cluster specialization for some of the districts. Because I kind of want to see if I can make a giant, like, fancy-looking IT cluster over here on the water. I think that could be kind of fun. Just rather than having, like, these strips of skyscrapers. I kind of want the skyscrapers to be concentrated in, like, one area. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. I'm quite happy with this. I'm happy with this area as well. Population didn't grow too much, but once we hit 32,000, we are a capital city. We get another tile as well. Then we have 42,000 for another tile and nuclear power. We have Metropolis at 60,000. We get the airport. Then 75,000 monuments, final tile, and international airport. I think what I'll do is I'll wait until we get to be, sorry, Megalopolis. I'll wait until we get there. And then I'll turn on the 81 tiles mod. I think that might be a way to do things. I guess we'll see. I also want to have a look in here and see how this is going. Still so many people waiting for a bus there. Where is my bus depot? My bus depot's there. And it's not pumping out a load of buses. Oh, wait, the buses are just sort of generally stuck in traffic. And also generally blocking traffic, which is also just great. Yeah, that's kind of the thing with cities. When your traffic's not moving, your bus... Actually, I don't know. I've kind of noticed that, generally speaking, your buses always end up being in a cluster, regardless of what happens. If your traffic's moving really well, then your buses are in a cluster because they don't have any traffic to sort of split them up. And if your traffic's moving badly, they're in a cluster because traffic's moving badly. I feel like I just can't win with buses in City Skylines. I just can't win. It's that simple. Anyway, we'll throw more garbage collection into there. That's going to bring our processing up very, very nicely. That is going to throw a lot of garbage trucks into this space. But I think the one-way system helps us a little bit. I think it helps sort of diffuse them through the traffic moving around there. At least hopefully it does. Hopefully we can deal with the few spots that are complaining about lack of garbage collection. But yeah, I think, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to leave it there for today. So thank you kind of for watching. This has been City Skylines Green Cities Part 7. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!